It's Friday, May 4th, 2012, and here's what's happening in other news. In other news is brought to you by Sam Labrat. It's half Sarah, it's half Tom, it's an abomination, and they're our sponsor today. So thank you, Sam Labrat. Welcome to Another News. I'm Aya Zakhtar.
I'm Tony Wang.
I'm Liz Romero.
I'm OMG Chad.
And this is the show where we take a nice laid-back look beyond the tech news headlines. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there, hard to understand stuff, like Oracle, Google stuff. Actually, we're going to talk about that a little bit. That's right. So we got some interesting stuff coming up. But, you know, we're not going to do the heavy stories here. We do some fun tech stories. And today's first story is a piece from bigthink.com. And the title says, Meet the Urban Data Sexual. Now, before you start thinking, what's a data sexual? Let me try to find out what it says and music. And good. So, what is a data sexual?
It's a metrosexual's cousin.
Is that what you think? Tony, what if you had to guess, what is it?
Well, I went to Urban Dictionary. This word does not exist.
Okay, Chad, if you had to guess, what is a data sexual?
Well, have you ever seen Star Trek: The Next Generation?
Yes.
You know, Data.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a guy. It's people who just want to make love to Data.
They're into data. Okay, well, the data sexual apparently is somebody who is preoccupied with personal data. They are relentlessly digital. They obsessively record everything about their personal lives, and they think that data is sexy. So apparently, the more data.
They have a picture of one on the article. This is apparently a data sexual.
He's on a phone. Clearly.
Look, yeah, you can tell something's wrong with that guy.
So they make fun of things like the Nike Plus Fuel Band to say maybe that is a status symbol for the urban data sexual. I guess there could be a rural one.
I thought it was like how to track one. It's like, you know, if
you could track one.
Yeah, it's like if you're on the prowl for another, you know, data sexual, you know, you want to go in your own little field. It's like I could see Tony from across the way and be like, "Hey, buddy, I see that fuel band. What's it?"
Okay, so
you'd be more into Tony because he captures his data.
If I was a data sexual, well, actually, I have a Fitbit, but it's hidden, so I think I'm in the closet.
You're in the closet, but now you just outed yourself.
I know, it's for the show.
Oh,
though.
it's your coming out day.
Congratulations, Liz came out as a data sexual. Now the elements here. Now it's not just collecting and recording data. Okay, they are obsessively driven to use a proliferating number of mobile devices. So let's say they have a laptop and they have an iPad and they have like another iPad and they have a smartphone. And then they have another smartphone.
Oh, no, Ayaz, now you're a data sexual too.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, I thought we already knew that. I already carry a...
Now you have so many...
But if you have...
Go ahead.
I mean, if you got multiple hardware, I mean, aren't you just a hard data sexual?
I don't know. We've already gone off the rails, and it's not even...
But now what I'm confused by, and maybe you can help me out, is maybe... Sure. Is this something just... Is it attraction to people or attraction to the things? Like some people are attracted to, like, you know, there was that crazy story about people who were attracted to bridges. Is this people who are attracted to the data itself or people who use data?
It's actually your lifestyle. In the article, they compare it to, you know, like guys that we call metrosexual, where they're all about their Abercrombie and Fitch, having like that guy, he has his hair nicely gelled and stuff like that. So it's showing like, oh, I'm going to label you as this type of person with this type of lifestyle.
So it doesn't have to be of sexual orient. It's just a lifestyle.
It's your lifestyle.
Yeah, you're not attracted to the data. To your question, it's about how a person is. It's just an adjective for them. So, would you say you're a data sexual, Tony?
Well, it's interesting you asked me that question because Liz mentioned this to me pre-show, and I was like, I'm just trying to get in shape. Plus, it's a really cool watch. And I like
because
watches.
you have the Nike. Is that the Nike Fuel Plus band?
Yeah. And I'm not really sure if. I mean, I feel like there's all these different. You know, they talk about the devices, and we have all these devices with applications that help us track. I mean, you can say somebody who uses Facebook is a data sexual almost, right? I mean, it's like.
But this is about using more and more devices at the time too. Like, so you are carrying. There's headphones on you. You have the not the Fitbit. You have the Fuel Band. You have your phone. You have your iPad and a laptop. So you're probably carrying that all the time.
No,
you don't carry it in your bag.
Is it fair to say just that a data sexual is an overshare? You know, like you'll get like an oversharing badge on like Foursquare. You're just an overshare.
I think this is a horrible name because data makes me think of files and stuff. But this is talking about hardware. It's talking about posting on Facebook and logging that stuff. And maybe it's talking about sharing online. Like, this is just a horrible name for this type of person.
So you're saying that they're confused?
I would say that this headline is trying to make some like.
I think
based off of their description, I guess we'd all be data sexuals. But no one wants to call themselves a data sexual. This was just a headline to grab attention.
This is just a starting point for the name. It's going to grow and blossom, and it will fully mature into a beautiful name that we can all go to appreciate.
It's definitely a great piece of link bait. You know, I'm always a big fan of link bait. This if we had a link bait of the week, this would be it. I'm very glad that exists because I used to write link bait for a living. So if you can write,
how to do it.
I know how to do it. And the thing they didn't do in this article is they didn't have multiple pages. You got to maximize your page views.
Yeah, but they link to everything they mentioned.
That's just good SEO.
That's it. Yeah.
And let's not get too inside. Let's move on to the future of retail. Barnes & Noble CEO says the future Nook is going to have NFC for in-store browsing. Now, before you start snickering, you're like, well, how would that work? You bring in your future Nook device into a Barnes & Noble, and as you go over to like a hardcover book that's on the shelf, you can like tap your Nook to this NFC chip that's embedded into one of these actual hardcover books, and you'll get all the editorial reviews that you'd get on BarnesandNoble.com. So instead of going to your Nook and then going, oh, I'm looking up this book, let's see the review, you can just tap, and then you get to enjoy all the reviews.
But this thing actually requires a chip. They're saying that they're going to work with publishers and have these new books. They're going to have this chip, and that's what allows you to touch it. They're going to have to redo all these books and have chips. Why not just have it so that you put a sticker of a QRC code and just have it so that they're going to have to reprint all these books with chips. How does it? What?
Well, they could.
It'd also be cool. Like every book's cover is different. Why couldn't you take a picture of the cover and then it scans and goes, oh, you're looking at.
There's applications out there that recognizes book covers. So.
But that's for regular Android stuff. You're right.
Yeah, the Nook doesn't have a camera.
So the Nook couldn't do that.
Aww.
I know.
The other thing is, like, for the camera stuff, though, you have to stay pretty still. You have to make sure that it gets a recognizable image. It doesn't
not nearly as cool as tapping it.
Yeah. Now we've gone into a different place.
I like. Okay, never mind.
But I'm thinking you don't necessarily need to put them in the books. You could probably put it on the shelf, right? Like if you're going to have the new release and this is going to be this location, you can do this tap.
That'd be a good thing.
This is an e-reader. Are you going to go into a store and then like, I have the Nook and now I'm going to browse in the store instead of looking at the online store?
Tony.
I mean, some people still like to. I mean, I used to go to bookstores and hang out and drink coffee. You know, when they have attached cafes.
Socializing.
Exactly. Well, no.
I'm
not. No, I'm not socializing. I'm there reading my own book and my magazines. But it's something that people like to do. I mean, it's sort of like going to watch a movie instead of watching a movie at home. You go to the theater
and deal with drunk people yelling in back of you and kicking you. Yeah. Buddy.
That happens.
Well,
I don't know. Go ahead.
This defeats the whole purpose of an ebook thing. I want to instantly have it so that I heard about a great book on like Storm Laser, or Leo was reading some new book that he was like telling about on Audible or something like that. And it's like, oh, you know what? That sounds great. I'm going to quickly look it up. I'm going to see the review.
You don't have to go to a store.
Don't have to go to a store. I'm sitting right there at my desk bouncing my ball and not having to go anywhere. And it's like, great, it's downloading right there. Boom, I've got it. And I can have it whenever I want. And it's not this, it's right there. I don't have to go anywhere.
So I actually think this is a great idea. And opposite of your point of going into the store, the Nook has got this audience of people who really like the Nook because you can actually go into a Barnes & Noble and ask at the Nook table, ask questions, bring in your actual Nook. And on top of that, I feel like there's a lot of people who still like to physically hold the book, and they may even not buy it physically, but if they could tap it, read reviews, and then buy it from the Nook, if they're in the Barnes & Noble store. I mean, this is super smart for Barnes & Noble because you're getting people to walk into your store, the brick and mortar stores, which are failing, and try to read reviews, maybe buy other stuff while they're in the store. I think this is really smart on their part, and yeah, I'm actually excited about it.
So it's really for people who's having issues transitioning to an all-digital ebook. They're still in the habit of going to the store to read books, but they're trying to transition them. So here's a ebook, but hey, you still like going to the bookstores? Go for it. You can still do it.
So we could advertise this at libraries for all the people that still go to the libraries and Even the libraries are having it so you can go to their websites and download the digital books and not actually have to step into a library anymore.
No, but this could be training wheels for people who are Nook users, and they're like, oh yeah, wait, I don't have to. Eventually, they will come to your conclusion, Liz. Like, I have to come to the store. But there's always this problem when it comes to like window shopping. It's very difficult to go like, I want to just browse for things on Amazon.com.
I want to walk into the section that has all the sci-fi stuff,
right,
and just know it. Also, Dave MacD says Barnes & Noble gives you special deals if you bring your Nook into the store. I didn't know that.
I believe they also give you free Wi-Fi for your device in there too. So they give you a whole lot. They incentivize you coming in because they hope that you'll buy some of the accessories that are higher profit margin. Like, oh, I need a Nook case while I'm here.
But what if they had crappy Wi-Fi so you couldn't download it? So you're like, screw it, I'll just buy the book.
Well, no,
that could be a whole new.
Well, they want to sell you the book one way or another, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, it's training wheels, but it's another. What are you going to do with this business model that's really changing? But NFC, you can tap for a book and then you can tap to pay, and then you're all out of there.
I guess NFC is the only option if they don't have a camera on the back of the Nook.
That's true. Yeah.
So on to we cover some Kickstarters on this show, and apparently. Sometimes we do it. Now there was a project out there that it turns out to be a big fat fake. Now there's a project called Mythic. Now it was uncovered by the internet, because the internet users they use the internet, not the intranet, internet.
Okay, thank you.
It's crazy. So what they did was somebody noticed that a lot of the graphics that were used in the video and the logos were taken from other places. There are photos of offices that don't belong to these people. There are, let's see, the project raised between $5,000 and $5,000. Okay, now I was trying to get $80,000. So the thing is, theoretically, if they had made all their money, they reached their goal, they'd receive their funding. And since it looked like this was never a game, they would probably just take the money and run. Because the other thing is, once people found out about this company also deleted its Facebook page and its Twitter account related to this game, which is called Mythic.
Can I say this Kickstarter was terrible in the first place? The gent, when I saw the still, I wanted to trust him. He had fantastic comics in his backdrop. I saw at the very top he had all of his Star Wars characters still in mint condition, hanging from his wall. I did want to like him, but then I heard him talk and the awkward pauses.
Do you think?
And then the things that happen afterwards.
Can we turn up the video then?
I'm Seth Westfall, the creative director and co-founder of Little Monster Productions. You've just seen the first public glimpse into our dream, Mythic.
The way he talks, it's like, I am talking like this.
It works for Will Shatner.
Well, he's not the Shat, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would have been able to tell that this is a fake. And I don't think I would have backed the project, but it's very surprising that there's a fake on Kickstarter.
Well, I mean, it got a lot of attention recently. A lot of people have been writing it up. Obviously, we talked about the Pebble Watch before on lots of different shows, actually, and that thing raised something over $7 million at this point. That's that e-ink watch that I'm still trying to convince myself not to buy. And because of this, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to write every article about Kickstarter. So it's coming up all over the news. And it was only a matter of time before we saw somebody try to game the system and go, okay, we're gonna fake out Kickstarter. But Tony, you're saying this wouldn't work.
Well, I mean, the way Kickstarter works, you get funded, and then everybody, you get the money, but then everything's electronic. So how is this guy gonna take the money, which is not in a bag or in a suitcase, and run away from people?
Do you still put money in, like, are we talking about the ones that have like the little money symbol on it, like
yeah, or like a pillowcase or something? Like, where is he gonna run away to?
So
what was he thinking?
He may be able to do some like transferring of money to make sure that, but even then, Kickstarter would most likely sue the guy, and there are legal ways to say, hey, this was a fraud.
It's connected to your bank account,
right? And they know that. It's connected to your bank account. They're gonna figure you out, dude. They're gonna find you.
Yeah, but couldn't he release a really crappy version of the game, even with all this lifted graphics, and still get away with it? Like, imagine this. If I tell you, like, okay, I'm going to come up with, like, the world's greatest laptop case, and then, like, my prototype looks a little janky, but the next one will be better, and they all kind of suck. I mean, you're making a gamble when you're doing these things. You're not necessarily going to get this finely machined amazing thing, because this video game thing could, like, what if it's glitchy? Can you ask for a refund? Could he have created a crappy version and gotten away with it? That's what I'm kind of curious.
False advertising, like you're selling something on eBay or Gazelle, you're saying, oh, I'm going to sell my iPhone, and it's in mint condition, but when they get it, it's obviously not. It's like, yeah, you're going to sell it, but you're obviously selling a certain standard of it. So, for what he supposedly presented and how it was going to be. That's all advertising. He's saying it's mint condition property, and he's going to give you something that got thrown down a garbage disposal.
I don't know if that's exactly the same.
I'm working with
I
it.
have no idea. Let's go thank our sponsor, which is Sam Labrat. Our sponsor, Sam Labrat, which is again a combination, a chimera of Sarah and Tom, that really scares a lot of us. And the weird thing is, if you go back to the other photo, we can see that they can change what part of their head is Sarah and what part of the head is Tom. So if you go back to the other one, right there, see that's half Sarah, half Tom from top and bottom, and that's even scarier when they're happy. You never want a happy Sam Labrat. Very scary. If you don't want Sam Labrat to be happy, make sure you go out and hit him in the head when you see Sam Labrat.
By rat killer.
I think we should use our previous sponsor, the poison one. I think it has a new purpose.
I think
in life.
Baby Poison 6 should be used on Sam Labrat before
would it be effective?
You need a lot of dosage.
Yeah, we'll just
up the
many
dosage.
quantities. Yeah.
Let's move on to the Avengers.
Is it we're not using?
Oh, there's Baby Poison 6. Yeah, it's those babies are a menace, and if you wanted to get rid of them, Baby Poison 6 is really good for that. But if you want to take out Sam Labrat, you're going to need Baby Poison 9, and that's a totally different thing. So let's move on again to the Avengers, who had the good sense to not sponsor this show today. Now this week the Avengers premiered. Actually, it's today, and the thing is, for a press screening, these movies are digital now, right? Because you want digital projection, you want this awesome stuff. Turns out during a press screening that somebody accidentally deleted the movie.
Dun, 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 dun.
So instead of like there being film reels that you would have and you would just put it in the projector and you'd be like, yeah, okay, we're gonna watch the movie. It's like, nope, sorry, we don't have it. It took like 3 hours to go ahead and download the video back.
43 minutes precisely.
There we go. So over 2 hours. Yeah, Earth is saved. So here we go. This is how they saved everything because there was no backup because they had the digital copy.
Can you imagine you're in charge of this press event and you have all these press people going to see the Avengers and everyone's sitting down and you go, hey, where's that file? And it's like, don't you have it? No, it's not on this stick. I cleared this stick, just a couple minutes ago. It's like, huh? What are we gonna do with all these press people while we download this video?
And of course, it had to be press. It couldn't just be like well, actually, I'd rather be press. Like if you actually the marathon or something like that, where it's like hardcore Avenger fans, and if you deleted that file and had it so that it was 143 minutes late, they would riot. They were counting down every single minute. It's like, 5 hours before Avengers comes out, 3 minutes. Like they're counting down to the second when that thing's gonna start because they pay money and they're hardcore.
Slate asked Steve Krause, who Roger Ebert says is one of the best projectionists in the nation, how could you possibly delete a movie? Now, Steve Krause is not the one who did it, but he's saying that to do this, the way this works, it's as easy as deleting any file on a computer. So it's not like any safeguards. It's not like there's like an extra, are you sure you want to delete this? Are you positive? Apparently, you can drop it in your recycle bin and then empty the recycle bin and it's gone. So it's way too easy.
I think it was sabotaged. This is not. This doesn't sound like this is an inside job.
Well, you know what? Actually,
because you gotta throw it in the recycle bin and then empty it.
Well, and
it twice.
Also these systems that they do for these screenings, it's not normal. Like you're on a PC, but it's not a normal interface. So you have to know the interface. I've been to some of the screening houses, and so they have a hard drive that can never be touched. It can only hold the movie data. It can't hold anything else, and so you plug it in and then you get to see which movies are on the hard drive. And so I think it obviously be deleted by someone who was part of the press screening. I don't think anyone boss over there accidentally deleted it.
I know who did it. It was probably Scott Johnson or someone who did not have the Avengers in the movie draft.
Oh, that's right.
They cut it down for the press release so it wouldn't get as much money, so they could make away with it.
What about Veronica? She's...
So they could have all had a
think
conspiracy.
It's Veronica? Did she do it with the lead pipe in the movie theater projection room?
If I remember correctly, Veronica was at that press screening.
I knew it, guys. We just solved this fight. High fives, guys. Go around. Come on, go around. Chat, air high fives.
So since we are all geeks here, we like the Avengers. I'm a comic books nerd. If you haven't seen, there's all kinds of I have Colossus on my laptop, and Liz has Batman. And Tony, what do you have on yours? He has
before you buy.
Yeah, he has Catherine Hall, who's a very famous superhero as well.
She shoots people with her camera.
Shoots magic camera gets them to tell her the truth of photography. But we actually went ahead and went to the Avengers Marathon yesterday. We recorded a tiny bit of stuff of how that was. this was edited and recorded on an iPad. I just finished it before the show. I don't know if the audio is any good. Let's just run it.
What kind of glasses are you gonna get? I'm in between of. I think I'm gonna do some Iron Man.
Now this Avengers thing, they actually give you glasses that you can keep.
Yeah.
They are themed by the Avenger character. I'm gonna see what's there, what's left. I'm assuming that all the good ones are gone.
I might even just get Thor ones because Eileen likes Thor. She likes the Thor. She said she likes the Thor. So I might get some Thor ones just for Eileen because I have my own 3D glasses for my face. They like to wear their custom. Ooh, those roadkill.
Then I should say hi because I'm also in the video. Hello. I am super excited to go to the Avengers. I really am excited. See, look, Captain America t-shirts. 2 of them.
Plural! That one's really steaming hot.
The coffee.
There's coffee. We have these. There's Alina. Say hi, Alina.
She's somewhere over there. There she is.
Yes.
It's all dark.
Yeah. Skirt. Wow, it's like very up close and personal.
Isn't it? It's way too close.
Kind of uncomfortable. Kind of uncomfortable.
I'm waiting for this movie to start. And thankfully, Liz bought coffee. And
because you ran away and became antisocial.
well, no, that's not exactly how that works. But I am antisocial, so I will admit that.
Most nerds are.
It's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning to watch the Avengers. It was awesome. I'm going to be exhausted during the show, but I had a good time now. How about over there with the camera person? You have a good time?
Two thumbs up. Two thumbs up, Beta. From Tomboy Girls. Yeah, that's all you get. Okay, so the audio, if you couldn't hear what I was saying when I was reviewing, I really liked the movie. It also ended around 2:40 in the morning, and I was exhausted then, and that's why we had coffee, because this is a 6 movie. Was it 6 movies?
Yeah. Oh, I
only saw 3 of them.
Somewhere.
We had 3, like we saw Thor, Captain America, and the Avengers, all in 3D, and these are my Captain America glasses that were given to me, and you can see the little, the side, little wing, and there's an A in the middle, which is handy because you can see mine in the lower third. My last name is Akhtar, so I could wear this and not look stupid all the time.
Exactly. Exactly. Mine actually, they remind me a little bit of Data, you know, from Star Trek, you know? They're kind of very similar.
They are very suave.
They're very suave.
And I think I like those. I might be a data sexual.
I knew it. I knew it. But I would like to say that when you go to marathons like this, I'm used to going to Godzilla Fest, like G-Fest and stuff like that. When you go to see movies that are for that type of genre, be prepared for the full nerd effect in full force and yelling and applause for every single person. If you're aware of that, it's going to be fantastic and you're being engulfed and it's glorious. But if you're not prepared, you'd be like, why are you clapping right now? I missed that line. What? Well,
there was these trolls in front of us, and I say they're trolls because they all chose to wear Justice League stuff. One guy was dressed as, he had the Green Lantern shirt, and then there was Superman, and then there was a Batman logo.
I think they made the shirts.
No, they did. Well, the back of the shirts, actually, they all had the same tag, Justice League of America, and they were basically trolling to see if they would get crap about it. But you're stuck with these people for all the movies. That's the thing. And these are not assigned seats. So apparently almost a fight broke out before we got there because we didn't see the first 3. And somebody was holding our seats.
Wow.
So people get really riled up about this. And then between the movies, everyone would get up and then go by the wall to plug in all their devices because as you saw there, I actually shot that on an iPad. I actually edited it in the Vimeo app, and that's where we uploaded it directly because, well, that was, till 3 in the morning, so I needed to get it done for today.
Yeah.
So I was surprised. How did you manage to? So there was lots of people with devices. Weren't they worried about pirating? Like you just had a whole big old iPad out, like recording stuff.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is because of the structure of the marathon, these little breaks in between, you could do anything you wanted. People had outside food. They had what else did they bring? They had their phones out. Everyone had their phones and iPads.
Everyone had their phones out. Everyone had their iPads, and there was a range of assortment of food there. I wouldn't be surprised a range assortment of liquids because I know there's a guy behind you the
guy behind me who was very into the movie and I was into
Did he
the
get
Avengers.
liquid on you?
He got liquid in him, and that was the thing. And when he was doing that, he was getting kind of kicky and was shouting Joss Whedon, and you're like, I'm watching the Avengers.
And
I know.
He did a big spoiler at the end.
Yeah, but we're not going to give it away.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying
no
it.
spoilers.
I
but
have no idea about
watch the credits. Watch the credits, the after the credits stuff. There's stuff after the credits. Awesome. That's the Avengers thing. They don't need the promotion, but we're big nerds here.
Yeah.
And I really like the movie. You gonna watch the movie?
Well, yeah. I mean,
How about you, Chad? Are you gonna watch the Avengers?
I'm totally gonna watch the Avengers. It might actually be today, but I also really want to watch Hunger Games. So I don't know.
Well, I would think that depends on how what kind of moviegoer you are. If you want a quiet theater, I think Hunger Games would be pretty quiet at this point. It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but
the Avengers was today. So.
You know, and also in Petaluma they have like the crappy theaters that you go watch the older shows in. So I don't even think I want to do that anymore. I think I'm just gonna wait.
They have D-box seats in Petaluma.
That always sounds like something else when you say that.
D-box seats?
Yeah.
It's pretty much Star Tours seats in Petaluma.
But you're hearing it too, right?
yeah, I'm hearing
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay, fine.
So, Chad, you were telling me about something you wanted to show me.
Yeah, I want to bring something new to Ion. I have a really good friend, and he's really talented. He's just been out of work recently, and so I asked the whole gang if we could cut him some slack, give him a break, and have him review some news. He's really into tech news, and we're into tech news. So he actually, we've covered on other shows have covered the Google Oracle story an awful lot. He was going to take that in a new kind of a new angle, because we're in other news. And so that was what I was going to show you. He put together a package. He edited it himself. He was really excited about the project.
Sounds very talented.
So do you want to just go ahead and run that?
Yeah,
now?
let's watch it. That sounds great. I mean, if you know, if your friends are in the business and they put together a bit, let's take a look at it.
Yeah, and we're giving them a break.
It's actually in 2D. I don't need these.
Explore.
For that.
Right. Okay, here we go.
I'm Larry Ellison of Oracle. Hello, Eric Schmidt of Google. You stole our stuff. I'm Eric Schmidt of Google. Hello, Larry Ellison of Oracle.
So it looks like Max did this all himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's multi-talented. I gotta give him for that. I think I played with that suit. Oh my god! I played with the suit thing. Are they viewing me?
They're very upset. They're particularly upset.
People are very upset.
It's not his fault. That was Molly's first try.
Max did a lot in this.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
He did a novel, right? Yeah.
So I think that does it for us. If there are any stories you think that should get the spotlight, you can let us know. You can send us an email at ion@twit.tv. That's right. I forgot we have that. ion@twit.tv. You can leave us a voicemail at 321-22-OTHER. But do we actually have a voicemail this time?
We actually did. It was from last week.
So let's actually play that. This is what could happen if you send us a voicemail. We might play it on the air.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, geez, I'm going to have to call again. It's going to be over the 30 seconds. But did I get that right, that you're taking ideas for technology Kickstarters, and one example could be electronically or technologically advanced socks?
Socks.
I don't know what that would be other than those socks that can absorb sweat. There's some high tech involved in that, I suppose. Yeah. So, and then the feedback, I was going to try to give you some feedback there, so I figured I'd just. There we go. All right. Thanks.
Thank you for that call. I think we're talking about all kinds of. If you see a Kickstarter, you can email us.
Right.
Give us some ideas. Hopefully about technology. And I said not about socks or something. Although sock technology has come a long way.
Sock technology would be great. It will let you know when
they're too stinky, you gotta take them off. They're too sweaty,
Well,
you gotta do something. He's on to something. I think.
What if this sock had a built-in like metric system so you can actually check? Oh, how many steps you take that day? So pedometers in there. How much did you weigh that day?
For the socks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you
what if you have like a filtration system built in, and then you can recycle your sweat? Yeah,
drink your foot sweat.
Yeah.
Oh, just like in
wow.
Waterworld.
I like
Waterworld, except instead of sweat.
I think
like it.
yeah. So that's where sock technology can go. So again, if you've seen any of that stuff, give us an email at ion@twit.tv, or again, leave us a voicemail 321-22-OTHER. Until next week, keep your eye on the news. That's a pun.
And I listen to all those things too.
She does.